Here to tell us more about pet insurance and how you can adopt a pet yourself, we have Ann Sebum with Cliff Cottom Insurance Services, and also we have Ken Alton with the SPCA. He's also brought a friend along. This is Munster, just like the cheese, right?
Absolutely.
Munster is absolutely adorable. So, Ken, I want to start with you because I know a lot of people this time of year, they start thinking about adding that four-legged family member to their household for the holidays. Give some advice, though, and tell us about the adoption process at SPCA.
Well, I mean, the advice sort of mirrors the adoption process. When you come to see us, we're going to ask you a lot of questions. We're going to say, what type of environment is your house? Like a circus or a library? Do you want a lap dog like this guy who's just going to sit with you? Or do you want an 18-month-old husky who needs to be walked heavily twice a day and get gone? So what is your life like? And therefore, what is the animal's life going to be like? And I think those are the kind of things that when you start to think about adoption, you have to ask yourself some questions, because we're going to ask them as well.
Okay, and then also too, I know that a lot of breeds and mixed breeds may have different temperaments, right? So visiting and getting to know some dogs, right?
Hugely important.
Yes.
You know, so I met Munster last night because we knew we were going to be on TV today, and I just sort of wanted to spend a little time with him so I would get to know him and know more about him. And that's what we encourage people to come. We like people who come down and spend a few hours with us. It's not a quick process, and nor do we want it to be. But then think about it overnight and then come back and say, you know what, we thought about it, and yes, this is the kid, or maybe not this guy, because we went home and we looked at the coffee table and my collection of figurines and realized that that German Shepherd's tail is going to wipe it out. And will that be covered by my insurance?
That's a good question. And you raise so many excellent points. You know, you have to make sure that your house is also prepared for the new pet too.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Okay, and how does somebody know, though, that they're getting the right pet for them? Is it just taking that time that you're talking about, really doing the kind of, you know, groundwork and making sure that you're doing your due diligence so it's the best pairing for you and the, you know, four-legged family member? Because it's not fair to them either to bring them home and not have it be a right match, right?
Correct. I think, I mean, since we have, you know, all of the wisdom of the world in our phone, in our pocket, I think that if you could do a lot more internet research and think about different breeds, think about, you know, oh, I've heard that, you know, poodles are great because they're hyperallergenic. Okay, well, standard poodles, great dogs, probably the smartest dogs, high activity dogs, need training from the get-go.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that we need to keep in mind. It's not just about falling in love with a cute little fuzzy face. You know, it's a creature, it's a being, and it has a personality. It has
a
needs,
personality.
And you need to make sure
there
it
are
matches
traits
yours.
that tend to, I mean, so we see a Dachshund, his legs tell me he's got Dachshund in him. Dachshunds are diggers, you know, so they like to dig around in your backyard. My last foster was a digger, and she would wait for the squirrel to bury the nut in the dirt, and she'd be right behind him. She'd dig that right back
Just
up.
got to do her job too.
Yeah, she had a little squirrel friend, and they would just go around. So I think, okay, am I prepared, and am I okay with a dog digging around the backyard?
And speaking of being prepared, pet insurance is a big
huge.
deal, especially this day and age.
Right.
And if you're adopting a pet, you're not sure potentially of the breed background. I know some breeds come with certain, they're more predisposed to certain ailments. Having that insurance is very important, right, Ann?
Well, yeah, we always think about our own health insurance, right? So especially right now, it's open enrollment for health insurance. Everybody's, what can we do to fix that?
Yeah.
But we don't realize that there's health insurance for your pets that will cover everything from illness to injury. They'll cover some hereditary issues, behavioral issues. The only things they don't really cover are cosmetic procedures, things like tail docking and ear cropping, which we don't want them to do anyhow.
We don't want to happen anyway.
Exactly.
And they don't cover breeding. Those are pretty much the only things.
Okay.
We offer a couple of different companies that do this, and it's really affordable.
Yeah, and also too, the importance of the insurance. If you do not have pet insurance and you have a pet, you know what I'm talking about. Some of these really surprise procedures, I mean, puppies, they'll ingest something, all of a sudden you got a blockage. That's serious surgery, and that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of money.
Yes, that's a ton of money. So always best to plan ahead, just like you do with yourself, because this is a family member. Munster is going to be someone's family member. We want him to be someone's family member. So
he's on the go right now.
He is on the go. He's going to the Sack and Co kitchen because there's some goodies
the food
in there.
from the next segment.
He's got a good nose. And Munster's not the only one who needs a home, right, Ken? The shelter right now is really, really, really busy.
It's one of our busiest times of the year for many reasons. Owners surrender animals this time of year at the same time that many other people are looking for animals. So we see it as a good thing. you know, we're always, I mean, we're one of the few shelters that always takes owner-surrendered animals. And we are thankful that people choose us because they know the quality of care the animals are going to get. They know the adoption process. We put we do put adopters through a process. We want you to think about this, and we want it to be a success. And you asked earlier, how do you know if you're going to get the right one? You may not, and you may say, you know what, this one's not working out. We welcome you bringing that animal back to us.
Because you'll find a home for that
Because
pet.
you learned more about yourself.
That's true.
And your needs for an animal. And we learned more about Munster
The
in a
animal,
home environment because
yeah.
we don't know anything about
So where can our viewers go then so they can start the process of growing their family?
it. sspca.org. It's
Excellent.
very, very simple.
And Anne, where do our viewers go to make sure they're prepared and they have everything in place, such as pet insurance?
For pet insurance, go to ccisca.com.